Hello, my beautiful Capricorns. Hello, hello. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. You know the title of this? I don't. I'm going to find out as I am pulling the cards here today. Please remember this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. This is a timeless message, so whenever you've clicked on it, don't worry about when it was posted. You were just meant to see it at that time. Okay, so today I hope it's very nice where you are. It's kind of a cloudy, dreary day here in Maine where I am. We've had to deal with some clouds and rain, but you know, it's spring and that's what we need for the trees, flowers, and plants and grass to come back to life. So I'm trying to just embrace it and be grateful. It gets harder as the days go on, but hopefully we'll have some sun tomorrow. Okay, using the James Van Praagh Soul's Journey lesson cards. I have pulled two cards. Spirit has given you two cards. So the first card that came out is Denial. Virgo got this same exact cards. And I put all the cards back in. I shuffle. I think about the energy of the sign that I'm doing. But both you and Virgo have this. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So this is trying to tell you that fear is a debilitating and blocking type of energy. But when you look at things with more insight, with your gut, with your intuition, with awareness, you can just banish those feelings of fear. In the old days, the primal days, we needed fight or flight. We were in fear sometimes because we had to survive. That is not typical in today's world. The things that we fear are usually they never happen anyway, right? And the card that came out after that for you is worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So denial, denying the fear and denying the worry is what I would say here. These are very two different color energies, right? Denial being that red, fiery, and worry being purple, because you're learning that worry doesn't change the outcome. As humans, it is so hard not to worry. We worry about our finances. We worry about our children. We worry about our jobs. We worry about where we are in life, you know, our bills, all of that. And it's very hard to just float through life without fear and worry. But we can definitely work on it, right? We can work on not being fearful. We can work on banishing worry. Maybe it's just a simple, breathing exercise that we do. When you feel yourself getting into fear or worry, you can stop. You can take a few deep cleansing breaths, and you can think about things in a different way, right? If you're afraid about something going on at work or whatever, you could just say, what does this matter in the grand scheme of things? Like, I don't need to worry about this, right? If you're worried about your children's safety, or somebody who has, ill health at the moment, you can stop and pray and meditate and send love and positive energy, right? That will make you feel better as you're sending it to that person. I mean, there are so many examples I could give about fear and worry, but we would be here for a long time, so I'm not going to do it. Let's just see what the tarot portion of this brings out. I'm going to face the camera down to the cards, and we're going to do the tarot. So just one moment. Okay, here we are back with a different view. Well, I'm using the Journey to Oz and Wonderland deck, which is one of my favorites. A lot of times I say that when I'm using a tarot, because I only have decks that I only use, let's say that I have a lot of decks, but with the tarot, I'm very picky about what types of tarot decks I get. This happened to be a gift from my daughter and granddaughter a couple of years ago, but I love it. I love the imagery. The imagery on the cards is very different from that of a traditional tarot deck, but that's what makes it, to me, exciting. It makes, I have to be more intuitive when I use decks like this. And, of course, I love that. My guides are never wrong. They always know what they're doing. So I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up. You can just do it right now, even though we're not that far into it, because it supports me. It's not like Page of Swords. Okay. Like giving a video a like or a thumbs up is anything grand, but it helps me and my small channel to grow. Four of Wands. Virgo got that card as well. Okay, this is your fellow earth sign Virgo, and you have some of the same messages here. All right, Spirit, what do we have for my beautiful Capricorns? The World. Oh my gosh, great card. I thought I felt another one flip. Nope. Page of Swords. That is the truth. That is a message, right? Pages are novices at what they do. Maybe there's going to be a conversation that comes up. Two of Wands, that's a choice, where you feel like you don't know everything that you need to know or should know in that conversation. This could be work, family, friends, I don't know, something that you don't feel like you have everything you need to participate in the conversation. That's kind of what Spirit is giving me for a message. So Capricorns, if you need to do a little research before continuing. Wow, this one flew right out. Six of Swords. That's moving on to something different, but dragging a lot of baggage and negativity with you. That goes along with the kind of denial and worry card there. And then the Six of Cups, nostalgia. All right, let's take these in the order in which they came out and see what the overall tarot message is, adding on to acknowledging your fear but replacing it, and also learning that worry doesn't change anything. So the first card out is the Page of Swords. I'm not sure. That says the Griffin. Okay, so that's a griffin. It's a different kind of depiction of a griffin that I've ever seen. But so one sword, sword of truth. Swords are communication. They are air signs, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But pages are also novices at what they do. So as I said, as I was talking, I was getting this message that there's going to be some sort of conversation that you don't feel fully confident about knowing all of the information before you have the conversation. So think about if you've got something, maybe you have a review or a meeting coming up, you might need to look into that a little bit more. Four of Wands. This is the happy family card, right? Wands being action and passion. You see all the happiness here in Munchkin land. And then the Four of Wands is often called the 1111 card. And here, the wands in this are the top of these castle parapets or whatever they are. Towers. So this is a very, very happy card. This is saying happiness and contentment at home. Now, your family could be a family of 1, 2, 6, but whatever it is, that's a happy family, right? Happy in your place. And then you have the World, the Looking Glass. The World is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a brand new cycle. Something that you've finished up, you've been victorious, you made it happen, all of those types of things. It is card number 21, which is a 3, which is creation and collaboration. So this is a beautiful card. I love this card. It's got flowers, butterflies. It's got vines, greenery, books, scrolls, all kinds of things. So whatever it is, Capricorns, that you've been working on completing or something that you've been trying to get finished, it's going to happen, right? There may be a conversation to do with that completion that has to be had, but you may need to look into it a little bit more. Once you complete that, then you're going to have a choice to make with this Two of Wands. This is the Enchanted Forest. So you see there are two paths there that can be taken. One is a little bit brighter. One is the path that not many take, I guess you would say, right? The off the beaten path, the less traveled path. So it's going to be your choice, right? Wands are action and passion. You do need to make a choice because otherwise you'll be stuck at the crossroads, right? So you're going to need to make a choice about how to move on once you get this completed, whatever that is. Now, when you move on, you cannot take old negative conversations and thoughts with you. Swords are thoughts and communication. Sixes are harmony. But in this sheep is trying to go across to a better place, but she's carrying all that old wool, all those old things with her. So it is getting to a new place, but you will have to leave fear and worry behind, right? Fear and worry stay behind when you move on to this new place, my beautiful Capricorns. And then you have the Six of Cups. So 2 sixes in a row there. This is the lobster quadrille. Lobsters dancing and celebrating, right? 6 of Cups is nostalgia. It's thinking back to your childhood. It's thinking back to the way things were or how you got where you are. That's kind of what I'm hearing. So 6 of Cups, cups being emotion, right? Water signs. So you're thinking back over your journey to completing something and then what you've chosen to do, leaving what you don't need behind so that you can move on, thinking about all of the good things, all the ways that you can feel good. And we talked about that in the beginning, right? Taking some deep breaths. Thinking happy thoughts can also dispel fear and worry, right? When you start thinking about a time in your life when you were extremely happy, your frequency and vibration just automatically rises, right? So you may need to do that in this case. Sorry, I reach across there. I want to, what do we want to get more information on? It's really kind of this part. Spirit, can you give us a little bit more information on those last three? The wands and the swords and the cups there. What are you trying to tell my beautiful Capricorns? Oh my gosh, 8 of Swords, worry and anxiety about conversations or talks. So remember, what other people say about you is none of your business. You do not have to worry about other people's opinions. The Chariot, that's Cancer energy, and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so clarifying this choice, right? The 2 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, trying to leave negativity behind, the 6 of Cups, thinking back about how things used to be. The clarifiers on that, the 8 of Swords. You do not want to get into this, right? This is somebody who can get out of the negative thoughts fairly easily. Undo those chains that are lightly binding her, loosely binding her, take off her blindfold and walk out through that. So that is definitely backing up this message of the 6 of Swords, right? Leaving negativity behind so you can have something new. Chariot is a victory. It's also Cancer energy. So nurturing, loving, going with the flow. Empathetic, right? Passionate, compassionate. But this Chariot comes with a choice. Again, that 2 of Wands, right? The Chariot is a choice. So Spirit is like, okay, the 8 of Swords goes with the 6 of Swords, and the Chariot goes with the 2 of Wands. That's just exactly what I heard. So you have a victory, right, with this Chariot, but Sphinxes don't pull chariots. You need to steer this Chariot with your gut instinct, with your third eye, right? So you need to move ahead and make the choice, but you're going to have to do it intuitively, instinctfully, right? So making that choice using your gut instinct. And then the 3 of Pentacles comes out. This is creation and collaboration, right? So doing something, creating something with a partner, with a coworker, with a business partner, or just with a friend, right? But this is a very good card because it's, you know, creation, collaboration. It's the Holy Trinity, right? It's mind, body, spirit connection. It's doing things. And so if we were doing what Spirit asked us to, The Two of Wands, you need to really feel into where you want to go. What is your choice moving on? The Six of Swords and the Eight of Swords, right? Leaving the negativity behind. Learning to slough off that fear and worry so you can move ahead. Thinking back nostalgically, maybe about somebody that you've known, that you've worked with in the past, to create something new going forward, right? I really feel like that is exactly how Spirit wanted these clarifying cards to be. But, let's not forget about this victory, this happy family, this completing a cycle, right? Maybe the fear and the worry come in when you have to move on, when you get this done and you're like, okay, what am I going to do next, right? Then you have for your animal oracle, Fox, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Oh my gosh, I said that word when we were talking about the Chariot. Come on. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. Okay, well, maybe romance is coming in for some of you. It certainly is a cute card with those foxes there. But you are clever. You are swift. You are smart. You find solutions to your problems very easily, right? Listen to your instincts. What are your instincts telling you about this ridiculous worry and fear, right? What are your instincts telling you about your next choice? Which road you're going to go down? Who you're going down that road with? Who you're going to create and collaborate with? Capricorns, this is a fantastic message. I would love a like, a comment, a share. Anything you can do to help my channel is appreciated. Until next time, peace and kindness every single day.